Biggest issue I think facing agriculture is that we are constantly being asked to defend everything that we're doing. We're being asked to defend the way we raise our livestock. We're being asked to defend the chemicals we put on our field, even though we're putting less on than we ever have been in the past. We're asked to defend our use of genetically modified crops. Everything that we're doing that is to better the entire country, we have to be spending just as much time defending why we're doing that. We can do more with less. We use less land to raise more crops than we ever have been in the past, and we're using less pesticides and insecticides. There are far less chemicals going on the field than there ever has been in the past, and we can be more direct with where it's going. With all the interest in water quality going on now, there's more people who are more concerned with what's going on, and they're forcing the issue to those farmers who maybe haven't been as good about making sure where they're putting things in the past. But we can monitor the water quality. We know if there's phosphorus runoff, we can trace it back to which field it came from, and we can make sure we're targeting the problem. Are completely on board with everything that we're asking them to do. Anytime there's a problem that gets brought up with phosphorus runoff, farmers are the first one to jump up to the plate to say, I'm going to do what I can to stop this from happening. We've been very proactive from the very beginning of when any of these problems have come up to immediately say, we'll take care of it. Looking to get into agriculture and you are starting with nothing, it's incredibly difficult. Financing is hard to get because of all of the economic downturn over the past 10 years or so. At this point in time, if you were wanting to jump into agriculture and you didn't already have any experience in it, you would really need to have somebody take an interest in you. You need to have somebody willing to leave land to you as an inheritance or on a trust, or some kind of shares, or borrowing equipment, anything. There's almost has to be somebody takes an interest in you being successful. People don't get into farming. There's a few dangers with that. For one, there's definitely a lack of food supply. So that's definitely a concern, but I think the other concern becomes that if the land is there and it's going to be farmed, somebody will come in, and then you end up with more of your corporate farms and less of your family farms. And not that that's necessarily a dangerous thing, but that's not what agriculture is used to. We're family farms. I believe it's 97% of all farms in America are family farms. That there's parents and kids and grandparents making the day-to-day decisions of those farms. So the harder that it is to get into agriculture, the less you're going to see that, and you'll see more of corporate-run farms that definitely gets the job done, but it takes away the family feel of what agriculture is. I think that folks buying small amounts of acreage for sustainable living is definitely a new trend, and it is a very viable trend that it's becoming more and more important. The bigger we get, the smaller we need to get. And people are buying 10, 15 acres, getting a couple of cows, some chickens, whatever it is that they're interested in so that they can provide for their family, because there is definitely a concern about food shortage, and there's also with concerns about how food is being grown. A lot of folks are finding it easier to do it yourself than it is to try to rely on someone else to do it when you aren't sure what they're doing. Not that what they're doing is wrong, but there's a lot of people that are interested in trying to do it themselves.